Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals. Welcome to my messy desk here. I would have cleaned up, but this is London and I don't think she needs it. She's a bit of a mess herself. I think she fits right into the mess here. So, she is enormous, as you can see. Yeah. Her front cover is 21 centimeters or 8.5 inches by 30 centimeters or 12 inches. Her spine is a good chunky one. She's big and fat and sticks at the front, so I can't rest her anywhere. So she's about 3.25 inches or 8 centimeters across the spine. She has this fabulous spine dangle. It'll be easier if I stand up and I can make sure you can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, lots of different old reclaimed bits of jewellery and buttons and this wonderful thread that I love so much. It's just all popped on with a little bulldog clip, so that can come off easily enough. On the back, she is all tatty freehand sewing, and she has a little pocket here, a little brooch on her pocket. This is just a piece of tablecloth, a couple of journal cards tucked in there, just a little hidey spot for whatever you would like to tuck in. Turning her back around, on the front she has a gentleman's jeans pocket and lots of little dangly things, lots of little found items. She is one of my After the Apocalypse journals, so there is all sorts of little found items on her and in her. Another little brooch, piece of ribbon from a bedding company, I think, and just a bundle of journal cards and tags in her front pocket here. So yeah, she's quite a chunky girl. I'm just going to put a little box underneath her spine to help us open her properly, or keep her sort of balanced so that you can see her properly. I'll check she's mostly in view. There we go. Oh, there goes the box. Pops straight up. Okie dokie. We'll just leave that as it is. Right, well, here she is on the inside. This is her inside front cover. She has a little interesting paper clip holding together this little envelope pile, which has some journal cards tucked behind it. It just folds out, and each of these little pockets has a little bit of ephemera inside for you to find. So yeah, she is full of scraps and bits and pieces and all sorts. The premise behind my After the Apocalypse journals is things found, basically. If you were living after an apocalypse and you were wandering around and picking up whatever you could find and sticking it together, this is what I imagine it would end up looking like. So yeah, she has a lot of things inside. This is just a book page with some napkin decoupaged over the top, a little bit of writing space there, little envelope, a little paper clip there, altered paper clip. Just has a journal card stuck to the back. It's a piece of washi paper. It's just washi tape put on an old piece of book page and then covered with a napkin. An old piece of pattern paper that's been ink dyed and stained. A little book page with some journal cards inside and a tag on the outside. Little decorative tuck there. Another little tuck with a little tag with a faux postage stamp on top, on the front of a little It's made out of brown paper with a stamp. There's a tag behind it with a journal card tucked in. I wonder if this goes right at the back. No, it does not. Don't mind me, just working out what my own book does. Some dictionary page that's just got some paper collaged on top to write on. Some jelly print on book page. Again, a piece of dictionary paper. This one has a tuck pocket here with some, has a tag in it that actually has little pockets. Each little pocket has a little bundle of stickers in it. And on the front there's just a little pocket tuck with a couple of little tags inside. It's a little scrappy pocket with a couple of journal cards tucked inside on a piece of backed scrapbook paper. Torn papers. This is an old reclaimed envelope. These come from Telecom. Don't know if you're, Australia Telecom, if you're familiar. They're now Telstra. Of course, when they changed over, they had to get rid of all their paperwork, including the envelopes. So I was lucky enough to have somebody on the ground who picked up a whole lot, and I've ended up with them. It's just a pocket, one of my 3 book page pockets, using up a few book pages. Some paper ruffle made out of old map paper, and just a little bit of a collection of papers there. Inside there's a lot of old book pages from very old books. It's the other side. It's just got a pocket made out of baking paper, a little bit of decoration on it, and some printed ephemera tucked in there. Piece of very old music paper. That's the other side of that envelope. And inside there is some more original ephemera of some sort. Most of my ephemera is reproduction, but I do have quite a substantial amount of old book and music paper, so a lot of the times I will tuck some of that into a book. There's just a piece of doily on the edge of this, and just a little press stud that's actually pressed through with its piece of original paper. Here is one of those little scrappy books that Nick the Booksmith taught us all how to make at one stage. Just gives you some overhang coming out of the book and a few extra pages to write on while you're in there. And a few more interesting papers to look at. It's another little pocket made of book page. Just a reproduction punch card and some tags and bits and pieces. Some dictionary page. Another altered paper clip, just holding another journaling card. Book page pocket with a couple of journaling cards. There's the second signature. That's the inside cover of a book. That's another piece of napkin covered book page. Just has some little cutout butterflies underneath the napkin. Some tatting instructions. Some jelly printing. Here's an old pattern envelope that's been cut open and used as a page. and it just has a few bits of ephemera tucked inside. These altered playing cards, little flowers tucked inside, and 2 playing cards sewn together. And here's something very similar. It's just printed on tracing paper and sandwiched between 2 bits of book page and card. Some more very old book page, in German and English. Another little altered paper clip with a few interesting pictures from a travel brochure tucked inside. A few journaling pages. There's another one of those library card sort of pockets with a few tags inside, and another tall pocket made out of some almost like glassine paper, but it's printed on. Another little altered paper clip of a different kind, just holding together a few bits of ephemera there and journaling card. It's a piece of painted magazine page, book page, a couple of bits of ephemera holding with another altered paper clip. Some more paper ruffle and another baking paper pocket with another piece of German writing and a tag inside. Old map. Piece of a hiking book, piece of scrapbook paper that I wasn't that fond of. It's been stamped over in white and grunged and inked up. It's a piece of my handmade paper. Here is a piece of a piano roll. That was some eco dyeing, but it's also been sprayed with inks. A piece of old wrapping paper with old world maps on it that was batch dyed. Some packaging paper. It's a little fold out filing card, just with some used stamps tucked inside. A little bit of journal space on the inside. That was also in my batch dyeing. Stuck to an old envelope that has been altered somewhat, and again has some very old book pages tucked inside. These ones are French and English, I believe. It's a couple of pieces of ephemera from an old book, another bit of paper ruffle, child's hair clip holding those in. There's a little pocket with some bits and pieces tucked in, little cut-out envelope there with some photographs inside, some little faux envelopes that you can journal on the inside of, some little journaling papers, and just bits and pieces. Here is another altered paper clip, holding in a journal card on this side, one of my origami paper doll bookmarks. This is another big tag that could function as a bookmark. A couple of little extra tags in that pocket down there. And on this side there is another journal card tucked into the back of that paper clip. Here's a tall pocket, just a tiny envelope here with little bits of reproduction ephemera inside. Here's a doily envelope with some few bits and pieces inside. This is another envelope also with some bits and pieces inside for you. And this is a faux envelope that you can just journal on the inside as well, if you wish. Or you can stick it together and pop your own bits of ephemera inside. That flips out, and it's covering the other side of that envelope, which also has some very old book pages on the inside, along with a little bit of journaling space. On this side there's a bit of a pocket with some more of that paper ruffle, one of those faux envelopes, and a journaling card. The other side of that packaging paper. And the other side of the music roll. Piece of music paper. It's a piece of my crepe paper dyeing. A piece of English to Afrikaans dictionary. Piece of packaging paper that's been jelly printed on and stenciled over. Another piece of handmade paper. Some old encyclopedia page that has had some stained napkins stuck on top. This is a cover for one of the pieces of music in here. Old map. Got a tab stuck on the side there. Some jelly printing on book page. Another one of those raggedy notebooks that Nick the Booksmith made. Give us a few bits of paper sticking out. A few notes found. This little pocket with a few tickets and tags and photographs inside. Quite a chunky journal and a lot of fun to make. I enjoy making these journals. Here is just a little tab on the side of a small page. This is the inside cover of a book. This is a pocket made out of half of a record cover. This has some very old encyclopedia page in it. Not an encyclopedia, this is a cyclopedia, go figure. I don't know. There's some maps and a few pages in there and a big tag. Little pocket with some photographs and part of an index of a Bible, I believe, in there. Little paper cluster on a pocket holding a journaling card and a couple more photographs. Little pocket made out of napkin covered corrugated cardboard, and again a couple of little tags tucked in there. Another handmade paper. It's another piece of that piano roll. Little paper cluster tag on it. A piece of very old magazine paper that has been batch dyed as well. You can see some print from something coming through. Beautiful story, actually. Don't know if you're familiar with the story of Christian the Lion, but pretty sure there was a movie about it as well. Lovely. Here's just some reclaimed paper that's been made into sort of Franken paper. It was a very old women's weekly. There you go, it was 6p. So sorry, that's my little dog playing with my other dog. Who has now come to me to be rescued from her crazy little brother. A little pocket, just made of baking paper, a couple of little tags tucked inside. On the other side there's some journaling card and some photographs tucked in. Here's the other side of that record pocket, just with a big tag inside. And that's it, this is the back cover. There's a couple of journal cards tucked inside, some interesting book page, and a family record from the back of an old Bible. And that's all held in by a belly band. It's made of scrap material covered in lace curtain and backed onto some corrugated cardboard that's been covered in napkin. So it's all different, it's all very eclectic, and it's Londyn. Her name is Londyn and she's a big chunky mess. So if you like that kind of thing, she will be available on my Etsy store. Come along and have a look, and don't forget that in the description above my store there is a link to some free digitals. You are more than welcome to help yourselves to anything in there that grabs your fancy. So that was Londyn. I'm very happy to have you along to look through it. I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, I will see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.